So what I'm talking about today is VAT. And you did this in first year, but I'll do it again like you've never done it. So value added tax, and they call it VAT for short. Okay, now it's MET. We don't need to know what all this tax thing is about. We just need to know how to do it. Right, but tell me what tax is. What's tax? Who gets the tax? The government. Right, it's money we pay to the government. Why do we pay money to the government? To run our hospitals, our schools, our roads, the country basically. Right, everything the government pays for, right, we need to contribute. So they have this big fund and they run the country out of it. Okay, and they get all their money from our tax. So VAT, girls, is you have to pay VAT on everything, right? Okay, so VAT gets paid on everything. So every time you go into a shop and buy something, the government gets a cut, right? Some of that money you paid is tax and it goes to the government. So it depends on the rate, okay, the percentage varies, okay, but just for example, if you go in and bought a bar of chocolate for €1, right, the government will probably get 20 cents. So the shopkeeper will get to keep 80 cents of that, right, okay, and the government will get 20 cents. If you go into a restaurant and get a meal, and we'll just say the meal is €50, right, the government might get €10 of that and the restaurant will get to keep €40. So everything you buy in a shop, every service you pay for, so if you go in and get your hair cut, the government gets a cut, right? If you go to a restaurant, the government gets a cut. If you go do your grocery shopping, the government gets a cut. If you go buying clothes, if you go to Pennies and go mad buying the clothes, the government gets a cut, right? Okay, and the VAT is already in the price we see here in Ireland. So in Ireland, the VAT is already added in, right? So when we go in and look at the label on the top and it's €10, the VAT is already in that, okay? So that's the final price we have to pay at the till. Have any of you ever been to America? Right, if you've been to America, if you go shopping in America, the tax isn't added in America. So when you're shopping and you look at a top, right, and it says $10, right, when you go to the till, you might have to pay $12, okay, because they add in the tax at the till, right, which is, it's very annoying because you think you're actually spending money. Then, you know, the way if you have $50 to spend, you say, oh, I'll get that top and I'll get that and I'll get that and that and that and I'll have $2 left over, and then you go to the till, it'll actually come to like $58 or whatever, so you'll actually be short. So in Ireland, the VAT is already added in, it's on the price, right, but in some countries you have to add it in at the till, right? So now we need to learn how to do it, okay? So so example 1. So it's just percentages. The rate of VAT actually up here I might go selling price equals cost price plus VAT. I'll explain what that means now in a minute, what selling price, what cost price is. Okay, so when the shopkeeper gets the bicycle, right? So when the shopkeeper gets the bicycle in, right, he knows he wants to charge 360. So that's what the cut he wants. So what he needs to do then, girls, is he needs to add on the VAT onto that price. So he said, I'm selling this bicycle, I want to keep 360 euros. So what he needs to do is calculate the VAT, right, add it on, and that's the price of the bike that you and me will have to pay for. Okay? So we have to get, can anyone make a suggestion? What have we to do? What have we to do? We have to get 23% of, we have to get 23% of what? 360 euros. So we have to get 23% of 360 euros and add it on. That's what 360 plus the VAT. So they're nearly telling you to add it on. So you have to work out how much the VAT is and add it on. So 23%, how will I write 23% please? 23 over 100. How will I write off in the calculator? Multiply by 360 into the calculator, press equals, and you'll get 82.80. The calculator will say 82.8, but you know it's money, so it's 82.80. When you go into a shop, they'll never ask you for 82.8. Sure, they won't, they'll ask you for 82.80. What I do with that 82.80 now, to get the selling price of the bike, so the shopkeeper says he wants 360, but he also has to give the government their cut of the tax. So I add on the 82.80 onto that, and that will give me 442.80. So that's how much you and me pay for the bike. So if you go into that shop, right, the label on the price on the bike will be 442 euros and 80 cents. Okay. Right. Example 2. That should be 110 euros, sorry. Okay, I'm going to do this one slightly differently, right, okay, because we'll be able to use it further on, okay. So the price before VAT is added is 100% always. So the price before VAT is added is 100%. So 100% here, what would 100% be? 100%, what would be the bill before the VAT is added? What's the bill before the VAT is added? 110 euros. After the VAT is added, so VAT is added at 9%. What's the percentage? What's the percent of the bill after the VAT is added? 109%, isn't it? So they're telling me what 100% is. I need to know what 109% is, right? Always in the middle. Now, this is it's the same as the previous question, it's just a different way of doing it, because I think if we do it this way, we'll be able to apply it to all the ones that are different coming up, okay? So, to go from 100, always go down to 1% in the middle. So they're telling me 100%, I'm looking for 109, okay? So they're telling me what 100% is, I want to know what 109% is. So always go down to 1% in the middle, okay? So you'll be able to do this in every sum. Always go down to 1 and up to 109. So I'm going from 100 down to 1 and up to 109. Do you all see that? So to go D for down, so you're going from 100 down to 1. D for down, D for divide. So you divide by 100. So divide by the first number there, divide by 100. And so I do, in my calculator, I do 110 divided by 100, which is 1.1. And then I go up to 109. So to go up, you're making it bigger. So will I divide or multiply? Multiply by 109 into the calculator with that and press, you might tell me the answer there. Is it 120.9? No. What is it? 119.9. Robbed. Right, 119.9. So I'm going to put that 0.90 because it's money. So that's what the bill in the restaurant is. So 100 is the bill before the VAT is added. 109 is at the end. Always go down to 1 in the middle. So to go down, you divide by 100, multiply by 109. Right? Okay, so that's the way we're going to do them as opposed to the first way, because I think working backwards one, it'll make more sense for us. Okay, I'll do example 3. Right, so TV costs €500 plus VAT at 23%. Okay, so I have to find the selling price of the TV. So the price before VAT is added is what percentage? What's the percentage? What percentage do I start with? If it's before VAT, it's always 100%. Right, and then I need to find out, I need to add in 23%. So what percentage am I looking for? 123, and in the middle I always go down to 1%. Okay, so €500 is the price of the TV. That's what we're starting at. Okay, so I have to go from 100 down to 1. So what will I do? Divide by 100. So that would give me 5. And how do I go up to 123? Multiply it by 123, and that would be 615. So if you went into the shop to buy the telly, it would cost you €615. But the shopkeeper gets €500 and the government will get 115. Is that okay? Right. Okay, we're going to try a few of these. Okay, so I'm going to do, it's back in the second year book. So it's page 84, question 4 for now. Okay, we'll be moving on again after that. okay? So I'll put it up on Teams there for you, and you can do it. I need to stop this.